Hi, welcome back to Dem Gates podcast. Let's get into this week's Power Rankings, episodes 109 to 113.
Dem Gates. Oh, we got a name.
We do have a name of the
Miss Creative Director.
Yes, of the official Beyond the Gates podcast, brought to you by Six Heart Media. Love in Dem Gates. So let's get into this week's Power Rankings, shall we? So number 10 this week, this is actually pretty sad, is Derek. Derek is number 10 this week. We learned right at the end of Friday's episode that there is a possibility that Derek may never walk again. That was really heartbreaking to hear.
Yeah, watching him, he's made some boneheaded decisions, but you never want to see.
He's a guy in love.
He's in love, and we saw that as he was heartbroken.
Yeah, he was heartbroken. He was trying to get through it.
Mm-hmm.
He, like you said, he made some bad decisions. But what's crazy to me is that as a firefighter, someone who literally puts their life on the line to save people every day, you are now paralyzed from trying to do the triathlon, like in a bicycle incident. Like, it's just like, oh my God, Derek, what the fuck? But I didn't like him trying to blame it on Ashley.
You're not wrong.
I think that's so unfair.
You know, that's the borderline of, do you be honest or not? Mm-hmm. And, you know, truth hurts. A lot of times you can sit up there and say, because can I do this? Mm-hmm. Women will say, be expressive. Explain your feelings. Did he not?
He did express his feelings, but I feel like to blame her for this is messed up. Like, maybe you did try to do something that you probably had no business doing, if we're being honest. Everyone was telling him it was too early. He didn't train hard enough, blah, blah, blah. And then to be in the hospital and being like, I'm hurt like this basically because you broke up with me. Like, I think that's unfair, especially because, you know, she's already upset about it. But I do think this is going to bring them right back together. She's a nurse. Ashley's a nurse. Her instinct is to care for people. So I think this is going to literally put Ashley and Derek right back together.
We'll see. We'll see. Who else we got on that list?
So next, number 9 in this week's Power Rankings is Ted and Andre Richardson. So basically, they're just some sad sacks. They're kind of in Derek's boat where they're both heartbroken. They've been rejected. They lost their women. Andre, you lost both women. You thought you was doing the right thing by breaking it off with Danny Dupree, and then you realized Ashley doesn't want to take it further with you after you took her to Paris.
The fact that he was really telling Ted, I took her to Paris. And I'm sitting there, and I purposely, you know, break the fourth wall. We watching this together. I purposely did not look for your facial reaction because of that. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, and I think for Andre too, I don't think he's ever been rejected by a woman in that way before, by both of them. Like Danny not wanting to be seen with him and her him having to convince her basically, and now Ashley, him putting out all the stops for her and her being like, I think I'm good. And also, I don't know if I said this in previous episodes, but Andre, you are too rich to be decorating your room to look like Paris. Take me to Paris, okay? Take me to motherfucking Paris, and then maybe you will have one of your bitches right now.
Wow.
Just saying.
Decorating this room is wild. And then, you know, you also put...
She was eating that shit right up. Well, we thought we was.
Well, that's why you could, though. But you also mentioned Ted. My issue with Ted throughout this whole situation is I respect the fact that he's trying to build that relationship with Eva. But he needs to be doing the same thing to save his marriage, because at the end of the day, Eva is his daughter, but you made a vow to be locked in with Nicole forever, and you need to be saving the marriage, and you need to be explaining to Nicole every single detail on why you need to build this relationship with your daughter, because you didn't know, regardless. So that's where
he also needs to just leave Dana alone. Stop letting her in your hotel room. Stop engaging in shit you don't need to be engaging in.
Dana or Leslie?
God,
I think he did know as Dana.
Yeah. But yeah, I think as Dana. But yeah, Ted and Andre, you're number 9 this week, because Number 8, we have Kat and Tomas. And this is another sad case because I hate when, my girl, it looked like she's been getting some whack D. And, I hate that for her. And I hate that for all women. But we talked about their lack of chemistry. We've talked about how Tomas and Kat felt forced. I was shocked that Tomas chose Kat over Eva, who he clearly has more chemistry with. But he decided to stick with Kat. And I think it has to do with his job or just influence, because it's like you don't want Kat on your bad side, let's be real, just because of her connections, and she's just so fucking annoying. But yeah, they have that salsa lesson, and it's like awkward, and then they think that's gonna it gets better, but then they think it's gonna translate in another occasion. Yes, exactly, vertical to horizontal, but then even that's not good. And everyone was talking about Kat's face afterward, and I've been in her position. Oh yes, as a woman, of just having like a disappointing night like that, and it's just like, oh, why did I even give myself to this person kind of vibe. But what's your thoughts on where we got with Kat and Tomas' relationship this week?
I was watching Tomas, and as a man who has a lot of women as friends who are willing to like talk to me about these things, I said, because I've seen in situations, I've seen a guy walk around grandstanding like they did something, and I'm sitting there like, nah, if you only knew, like, I felt like if I was Eva's like homeboy, Kat's homeboy, which I don't think would be possible because she's not my type of friend, but I feel like she would be like, do you know? And he'd just, and then I'd just be looking at him like, I'm not gonna betray my friend, but bro, you need to step your game up.
No, seriously. Or maybe they just don't have chemistry, like we said, and I think they're both forcing it.
But the fact that he said to Eva, "Oh,
you just get me.
You get me," but then he says, "You're right. Maybe everything isn't great the first time you learn a new dance move. I'm gonna perfect that dance move. Thanks, buddy."
That is wild. And also, Eva, I don't think that he deserves your friendship. No, I don't think Tomas deserves your friendship. I don't want y'all to get together. I think that Eva needs some more men in the gates. Yeah, just for Eva's sake. But yeah, Kat and Tomas, really, really sad case. Number 7 this week, we have Haley and Bill Hamilton. Now, this one's an interesting one because I'm just still asking myself, like, what is Haley's end goal here? I feel like it's still very much up in the air whether or not she faked this pregnancy. If, because the whole ultrasound, we don't know about that. We don't know who she called the favor in for, but we do learn that they can start trying for another baby in 3 months. I do appreciate, and we'll get into this other character, but I do like seeing a vulnerable side to Bill.
You've been waiting from day one to find a reason to like Bill. Oh, because how he dressed.
I never needed a reason to like Bill.
Okay, not to look at. I'm talking about the character.
That too. I loved that he was a juicy villain. I was like, this is everything I need and more.
Nah, in all seriousness though, yeah, you bring up a good point. I'm wondering, what is her end goal?
I'm so confused.
She don't realize she's slowly handing him to Danny.
No, we'll get into Danny Dupree.
Yeah, yes, but that's what I see.
Right, I think so too. Because if you think about it, in a like Bill can only relate to Danny right now because they have children together. So Danny knows him in and out. So yeah, I think Bill and Haley are definitely, we're seeing this is going to be a turning point for their relationship for sure. I seen someone in one of the Facebook groups that we're in, shout out to all the fellow gatekeepers out there that were saying by the holidays, I think that Danny and Bill, was that you that
I posted when the people and I saw that people said,
and I was like, wow, that soon?
That's what I was thinking. But you know what? I mean, what would be a better Christmas homecoming?
I mean, it's all about family too. Okay, so number 6, we have Chelsea Hamilton. And I put her on the power ranking this week because I have to say, I didn't think she was going to be able to hold on to her relationship with Madison, that brain surgeon. And she has been able, they still seem very happy, very excited to be together. They are such a beautiful fucking couple.
That's my favorite couple.
Absolutely my favorite couple. More kissing scenes. But yeah, I give it up to her for that. And also just from a messy standpoint, the stuff with Allison, crazy Allison. I was saying it while we were watching the episodes. I feel like Chelsea low-key loves that attention. Not loves it, but like kind of thrives on it, because clearly you wanted Allison at one point, and now you have these two women. You're in the middle of this, situation with these two gorgeous women who want your attention and all of that. So I put her on here because I'm just like, what fun. She's really in like, it's getting spicy for her.
Let's call it what it is. It is fun. It is fun to see an ex that curbed you.
Yes.
Wants you later while you're living your best life.
Yes, you are absolutely right.
So I agree with you. She like it. And what I loved about this was how she stood her ground. Because you remember when Allison first went to the hospital and she was up there checking on her, and Madison like, yo, what you doing?
This is kind of crazy.
And then she was like, you know what? I gotta work. I gotta be a professional.
Right.
I'm glad she let Chelsea figure it out.
Right.
But I'm glad Chelsea's making the right decisions, because you still gotta remember she's like under 25. So she's
stupid.
Okay, you said it.
Let's be real.
But she grew up, and when she stood there, and I was like, yeah.
And I think
Madison's gonna cook you a good meal.
Yeah, exactly. I think you should stick. But also Allison, like, girl, like coming to the country club, just pretty much stalking her is wild. But yeah, I'm here for this, Chelsea. Just be careful. Number 5, we have the Richardson family. That's Martin's last name, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the Richardson family.
Smitty.
Yes, Martin, Smitty, and the kids. So I put them on here because I feel like, number one, Martin is going to take full advantage of the family crisis, and his politician ass is going to say whatever he needs to say, do whatever he needs to do to use this situation, this current family crisis that they're going through, to get back in the family house. And when I talk about the family crisis, I am talking about June, the discovery that she is Tyrella Samantha's birth mother. And we're also going to talk about how Naomi and Jacob totally dropped this bomb on them. And I think really just quickly on that situation, I just feel like that they were out of line. I think Naomi and Jacob were very much out of line. A closed adoption, that situation is very precarious. And I don't know if it was their place, but also like, what do you do? So it just seemed like a lot. And I always found it annoying how much they care about this random crackhead. Well, recovering crackhead, I guess, at this point with June. But yeah, so I think Martin's going to take advantage of that. I think Smitty is going to also kind of be craving that family unit at the moment, and the kids chose to meet June.
That's a very difficult situation, but I'll say this: as far as Martin, do you blame him?
No,
I mean,
absolutely not.
Because I don't think Smitty is doing him right, and I'm rooting for them two to get back together. So, by any means, and I understand what you're saying about Naomi and Jacob, because it is a closed adoption. The kids aren't adults. So honestly, the more I think about it, you've swayed me. They should have waited. They should have stayed out of it. Before, I was like, when we was having a little bit of conversation, I was like, but you know what, June, I'm sorry, she made her bed. She should sleep in it for a long time. Right. And she only been clean for a couple months. It's not like she's been clean for a couple years.
And they're already going through a lot. So why even drop this bomb on them?
Yeah, but hindsight being 2020, if this is the bomb that it took to get them back together, thank you, Jacob and Naomi.
And then again, like the kids, meeting their birth mother is a part of their lives. Like maybe it came sooner than they maybe wanted it to. But at the same time, I think that it still can lead to, some healing on everyone's part, even if it's for the kids' part. So we'll see where that goes. Number 4 this week is my favorite girly, Danny Dupree. And the reason why I put her on this list at number 4 for me this week is because I feel like she, as hard as it is, she is still growing and finding closure within herself. So one thing on this show, y'all, in Loving Dem Gates, is I'm going to be a Danny Dupree apologist, and I am going to root for her no matter what. And she is on a journey right now. And
I can't root for her.
I'm sorry?
I can't root for her as much as you do.
You can't root for her?
No.
Why?
I mean, I did at first, but I mean, if you're going to be the Danny Dupree fan, you taking her from me. I got to be the protagonist.
I'm like, wait, why? Because even like her admitting that she has feelings for Bill, I think is still a part of her closure as well, because she is holding on to that guilt, thinking that she somehow contributed to losing that baby. And I like when her and Bill have those moments, because whether or not they get back together, although I feel like they will, it's like they shared such a life together and they came up together. And I really love hearing the early days of their relationship and hearing Bill talk about him coming up and being under Vernon's wing and like all that kind of stuff. Like I really enjoyed that. And I also that dress that Danny was wearing this week and her moment. And this is going to be my time for you to get a little into
Young and the Restless with Devon Hamilton.
Yes.
Shout out to Brighton
So
James.
y'all saw that moment between the two of them. They clearly know each other. The families go way back. How are we feeling about that interaction? And what do you think Devon Hamilton can bring to Beyond Dem Gates?
It reminds me of a time when I saw you and I was like, Queen PR. I'm hoping, I saw people saying this a one-off, but let's just say if he's coming, he's getting them on tour, he's got to come back around. He is the guy who can literally be the person to make Bill say, oh shit, Andre's rich, but Andre's young and dumb. Devon is rich. For those who do not know, Devon inherited millions from Catherine Chancellor, one of the matriarchs from The Young and the Restless, his grandmother on the show. And when she died, he inherited millions. That's why he has the record company. I almost cried, almost shed a tear.
I love it
when they mentioned Neil Winters, played by daytime Denzel, Christoph St. John. That's what they used to call him. But you've seen like clips and you be like, he had one of those. You remember him, kind of like Victor Newman, 1,000%. And that being his father, they had their ups and downs. But like being able to bring him apart, because it would make sense.
It does
that he would have so much respect and reverence for Anita Dupree. So this potential of Devon,
I hope this is
Danny,
a long-term thing for sure.
Like I'm like, Danny, see, don't waste your time. But here's the problem. Devon, I know people out there, they've probably been writing this in the comments. Devon is married. He's married to Abby, and they do have a young child who's less
I'm here
than
for the
2 or 3 years old.
What happens in Fairmont Park stays in
Fairmont Crest.
Fairmont Crest stays in Fairmont Crest. Loving Dem Gates.
And let's take it a little bit further. I mean, I think the community would like to see this black man cheat on his white wife with a beautiful black woman now, because he cheated on his black girlfriend, Amanda Sinclair, while she was away taking care of her sick mom. So he did the ultimate no. So, and what they say, you get them how you
lose them how you get them. Lose them how you get them,
because look, this is what was happening. Devon, Abby just lost her child. So not her child, her child's father.
Mm-hmm.
Devon had to father the child because the father couldn't. And that's how they ended up kind of having this bond over him, basically lending his, So now this could come full circle. And I know I just kind of give a little backstory.
No, I needed that backstory. And it makes me more. Yes, it makes me want him on the show even more.
It was good. It was natural.
It was great. Okay, so moving on to number 3 this week is Leslie or Dana or whatever her name is. So I love backstories. I love getting building these characters, and learning more about Leslie's upbringing, her relationship with her mom, her birth mother was very interesting. And then we learn another bomb is dropped that Leslie's birth mother is Barbara, one of the founding members of the Articulates that Anita Dupree just honored at that concert. And I just think that is such a mind fuck. Okay.
In fact, she stole the ticket, but had every right to be there.
Right. Now we see. And now we also see that there is so many 6 degrees of separation now between Eva, Leslie, and the Dupree family now. So
one of the things you talked about was backstory. What I loved about this week, I just want to bring up again how we got a little bit more backstory into Bill Hamilton as well about his father, and how he didn't have a great father, and he was he was busy being a provider and messy, but his daughters loved him because he was trying to okay, well, my father wasn't there, so now I gotta be the father that provides, but I'm still coming around.
Maybe I wasn't as present as I would have wanted to be.
So I love that, and I love that this week we saw a lot of pivots, but we also got a lot two strong villains.
Yes, that we learn a little bit more about.
It's kind of make us sympathize with both of them.
It really does. And Leslie, her being just a deceptive hustler, just comes from her upbringing. So that was interesting.
She said that about Eva too. It's wow, my daughter did the same thing.
Right.
Who's her father?
Now that is spicy. And I can't wait to see more into that, because I'm gonna just say that I think Vernon, and I'm just gonna go into my number 2 power ranking this week, and that's Anita Dupree, and that leads into Vernon. But the reason why I put her number 2 on the power ranking is because she is also finding closure. She found closure with the Barbara tribute. Devon Hamilton offered her a touring opportunity, and she passed it along to the other Articulates, because this is now her moment to give back. She's like, I had my moment. I want the girls to finally get their chance. I want to, I don't need to do more with this. I was able to honor Barbara, let go of that guilt, honor her, and now it's up to you guys. So I love that. And then she was able to turn the girls down again, but I feel like Vernon is going to be right there convincing her to make her consider joining the Articulates. And I just think that his overexcitement about there's something there, and I feel like it has something to do with one of the past members. I don't know, maybe it's Barbara, I don't know, but just imagine who Leslie's father is. I don't know, I'm just putting it out there, but I think that this shit is about to really blow up, and I really hope that Vernon is in the mix. I wanted to get spicy.
But you remember what the one lady, the taller, slimmer one said? She was kind of flirting.
Yeah.
And Anita stepped up yeah, you better back down, So it's been, like you said, he's been too excited. And one of the things that they said was when he was like, basically, so he was essentially saying sins of the father. And that's the thing. You remember when we was watching wrestling and when Vince McMahon, Stephanie was getting kidnapped by the Undertaker, and Jim Ross kept saying the sins of the father, the sins of the father. So we heard that, and he was saying that about both of his daughters having husbands who cheated on her, and she said, but you didn't. He did not, and also deny it.
Right, and that guilt and stuff comes and you don't realize it's coming up. So I'm looking out for Vernon. We already seen a darker side of Vernon and I also noted that I think Vernon likes when Anita is gone, because I think that's when he's able to handle that shady business, because he also tried to leave the house without her knowing. So there's a lot that we don't know about Vernon. A lot of secrets that he's keeping from Anita. So yeah, we gonna be looking out for you. So number one this week is Nicole.
Number one, okay.
Because we gotta think she is living her best life. She's looking. What did Vanessa say? She's looking good. She's glowing. She has this. I mean, it's messy, but she is kind of. I don't know if you want to say dating, Carlton, but she's definitely having meals with him, confiding in him. She fucking issued them divorce papers. She's having divorce parties. She is really seems like she's like trying to move on and be happy and live her best life.
She is. I'm not a fan of Carlton.
I just think it's shady and like really, bro
code.
Really, bro.
But I'm honestly not a fan of Nicole hanging with him either. But at the same time, she is hurting. So again, a little bit of grace. But now what's going to be interesting is if she flips. Imagine if she starts like dressing like Danny. And she starts getting a little bit more spicy.
I need that for her. Nicole's a little on the dry side.
Yeah, to the point. Cat don't even recognize her. Ooh. And then she step out them gates and then be on her. That's what I want to see. I
am here for that, Nicole. You deserve better. We talked a little bit about this. I don't know if I think that it should lead to divorce, but even if it's just to scare him a little bit and for her to have a little time to themselves, because relationships get older, people might need to have a little break maybe, but I would like to see her and Ted get back together. But Nicole, I'm here for you. Do you get it on, live your best life, feel fabulous, but
I don't want her to be with nobody else. Just show off, but I don't want her to go all across the line.
Maybe one night.
That's the one marriage on TV I want to stay a little sacred.
Nah, for me, it's Naomi and Jacob, as annoying as they are.
Yeah, well, I think they just gonna be annoyingly boring.
Yes. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. Solid. Did
you see something online where it say how Naomi's at the center of all this mess?
Yes. I mean, she is. Yeah. If you think about it, the June situation, she's the one that put the articulates back together or like initiated that. And it was more examples that people were bringing up. I was just like, okay. Oh, Naomi's friends with Haley. Yep. Haley's not her stepmom.
Yep.
Naomi helping June, who is her cousin's bio mom. Naomi bringing the articulates back together. Now Leslie might be her granddaddy's kid. Naomi is at the center of all this mess, and this is at KEYAIRRUH on Twitter. But gatekeeper Naomi is at the center. That was this KEYA power rankings. But we will be back next week to recap. Beyond Them Gates. KEYA Beyond Them Gates. This was Loving Them Gates, the official Beyond the Gates recap pod, brought to you by Six Heart Media Production. KEYA Gates. This was Loving Them Gates, the official